Hello everyone, I hope you've been well. Lately, I've been really focused on sketchbook work, trying to make the most of my sketchbook while I'm in between larger projects. I've also been making an effort to be less precious with my sketchbooks, letting go of that need to create a project piece on every page. And honestly, making these videos has been helping me branch out in the way I use my sketchbooks, and I hope you've been enjoying them as much as I've enjoyed making them. For this video though, I thought of doing a couple of pages exploring a limited color palette. It has been a while since I've done that, and this time I'm working with the Zorn palette. After my last project, I realized that I work best when I have a limited palette. It helps me keep my colors intentional, prevents my mixes from getting muddy, and gives the painting a natural sense of harmony. It also makes my decision making easier since I know exactly which colors to pick and what to expect from those mixes, so I don't really waste time second guessing combinations. The Zorn palette is linked to Anders Zorn, a Swedish artist. It is made up of yellow ochre, vermillion or cadmium red, ivory black, and titanium white. Many of Zorn's paintings were painted with this setup, mostly the portraits, because it naturally created very beautiful skin tones. Now, he didn't necessarily restrict himself to only these four, he always added other colors when needed, but these were the main pigments that became closely associated with his work. Now, Zorn was an oil painter, of course, and I'm using watercolors for these studies. That means that I will be omitting the white since I can just lighten my colors with water instead. And after going through my paints, I decided to use a mix of both Mijello and White Nights watercolors. I don't actually own a vermilion, so I'm substituting it with the White Nights Cadmium Red Light. For the other two, I'll use Mijello's Yellow Ochre and Ivory Black. For the record, I didn't even have the Ivory Black paint on my studio palette because I genuinely never use it. I usually just either use Payne's Gray as my black or just mix my own. The first thing I'm going to do is swatch the paints and practice the value of them by gradually watering down the colors with each swatch. And this helps me understand the range of values I can achieve. It was important mostly because of the black, since I don't usually work with it. After the values, I made a chart to help me understand the range of mixes I could make with these colors. Since black isn't usually a staple in my palette, I wanted to see how it would interact with the others, but also I had never used this color combination, so I wanted to get the mixing right and know exactly what to expect from each pairing. I was fairly surprised at the muted tones I got, but the vibrant, warm mixes I got because of the Cad Red light were very interesting. The muted colors are very beautiful and almost ideal for skin tones, while still keeping a certain vibrancy. To be honest, I think I messed up this chart. It became kind of confusing at one point, and I still get confused when looking at it, but it was still helpful anyway. I believe from now on I might start practicing with this color palette for some of my portraits. I think it creates very natural skin tones without risking them turning muddy. I like how I don't have to try too hard to achieve a specific shade or shadow. And one thing I would like to try is to replace the black with Payne's Gray to see if it works almost as well, since it has some blue pigment in it. I do like the ranges of blue when it granulates, so I like to experiment a little with it. Maybe do some studies. Could be interesting to see how the skin tones would shift versus the black. But finally, I decided to make a larger study using this color palette. This painting was just a study of a reference picture I found, but I did end up quite happy with the final result, especially with the very muted greens and oranges. So now I'm going to leave you with a final paint with me with some music on, so you can just sketch along if you'd like. I truly hope you have enjoyed this video, maybe even learned a bit from it, or just used it to sketch something as well. If you'd like to support the channel further, I now have a Ko-fi page where you can donate. Every little bit helps to keep me making more of these videos for you, and you can find the link in the description below. And as always, if you have any ideas for other color palettes I could try, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.